Welcome to the Uzziah Show. I am your host, Uzziah, your success strategist. And if you have any questions about your business, career, or finances, then this is the show for you. Welcome. I am so excited because tonight I'm going to show you how I made my first $1 million in real estate. For those of you that were on last night, you knew that last week I made my very first $1 million, guys. And on tonight's broadcast, I want to show you how I did it. I now officially own over $1 million worth of real estate. And today I want to give you a step-by-step process on how you can do the same. So if you're excited for tonight's broadcast and you want to create generational wealth, then please do me a favor and smash that like button. It only takes 2 seconds, but this goes a really long way towards growing the channel. Now, for those of you that are on for the very first time, welcome. My name is Uzziah. I'm a professional business consultant, and my job is to help you get out of debt so you can start your own business and create generational wealth. And the reason why I do broadcasts like what we're going over tonight is because I made a commitment to myself at a very young age that if I ever became successful, I would take other people along with me. I would show my community how to do all of the things that we thought we could never accomplish. And that's the reason why this show means so much to me. I started life being born in South Central Los Angeles. And over the past 30 years, not only have I made it out, I have also graduated from college, paid off over $95,000 in student loan debt, retired from corporate America, and now I am a real estate investor, a best-selling author, a church leader, and entrepreneur. But tonight we are going to talk about how I made my first $1 million. So shout out to everybody that's in the house. If you're on, leave me a comment. Let me know who you are and where you're from so I can give you a shout out and show you some love. And thank you so much to my brother Yasha Allah for starting us off on the right track. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the $25 sponsorship. So good to see you on, man. Hey, I was on here rocking and rolling last night, man, but I think you might have been MIA. I'm happy to have you on. This is the right broadcast. Happy to see you on as always, Cecil. Happy to see you on as always, Rick. Shout out to Hunter Benson. Thank you so much for the congratulations. Really appreciate it, y'all. Listen, man, tonight I'm giving y'all the steps. Y'all know Ariel is on as always. Let me start this off with something special, guys. If you want to donate to tonight's broadcast, please make sure that you tap the dollar icon directly below the live chat box. Whoever makes the highest donation for tonight's broadcast will be the official sponsor. If you guys want to donate through Cash App or PayPal, the links are in the description below. You can also see it highlighted on the screen. And shout out to my sister Pecloria for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my sister. You're next. You're next. Shout out to the House of Mike Sapp. Now, y'all know I could not do a show like this without giving you the proof. Y'all know I'm real tight on my receipts, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, for those of y'all that are in the real estate game, what I'm going to show you right now is very familiar. These are what is called appraisal reports. I'm going to show you guys the receipts of the $1 million worth of real estate that I own. And then after that, I'm going to show you guys how I did it, y'all. Make sure that y'all tune in. How many of you guys want to invest in real estate over the next 12 months? Leave me a comment. How many of you guys are looking to create generational wealth for you and your families? I'm going to share this screen right now so you can see how I did it. Now, I'm putting this on the screen. The first thing that you're going to notice here is a form that says Freddie Mac Form 72. For any of you guys that are already into real estate, you already know what it is. Listen, if you know, you know. I'm taking this way over the haters' heads tonight. Y'all think this is just something made up. These are official documents. These are official, legally binding documents that are attached to every real estate contract whenever you're looking to buy a home. I'm showing you guys the official appraisal report for the very first property that I bought in North Austin. Now, as you can see, guys, I had an official appraisal report done last year. I was looking to conduct a refinance on the property since interest rates were at an all-time low. And I needed to get the appraisal so that way I knew what I could qualify to get in terms of a loan. As you can see right here on this appraisal report, it says, based on a complete visual inspection of the interior and exterior areas of the subject property, defined scope of work, statement of assumptions and limiting conditions, blase, 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 blah. Our opinion of the market value as defined of the real property that is subject of this report is $450,000 as of March 30, 2021. which is the date of inspection and the effective date of this appraisal. Now, why am I sharing this with y'all? Y'all know there's a lot of people that talk about making money online. And one of the things that I always try is to strive my hardest to give you a full window into how I do it. There's many guys that talk about real estate online, but they don't show you the receipts, not like how I'm showing you. This is coming off of a direct appraisal report from my first property in North Austin. Now, like I said before, for those of you guys that have been in the real estate game, when you see Freddie Mac, you already know what time it is. For those of you guys that are unfamiliar with the real estate market, you will come to find that traditional lenders will always work through Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae guidelines. These are two big names that's responsible for all of the regulations in real estate lending. And so that is for property one. For this property that I just purchased, I closed December 29, 2021. We're in 2022 now. Based on a complete visual inspection of the interior and exterior subjects of the subject property. I'm giving you guys a home tour coming soon. Stay tuned. Lord willing, y'all tune in for that. Make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure that you subscribe. Based on a complete visual inspection of the interior and exterior areas of the subject property, defined scope of work, statement of assumptions and limiting conditions, and appraiser's certification. This is how you know that this is official documentation. This is not just something that somebody whipped up through a Photoshop. All of these are real documents. Anybody that's ever been through an appraisal process before knows appraisal reports are multi-page documents. I'm not putting all the information on the screen because I know that there are a lot of crazies online, and I'm not putting out all of the address and paperwork so that way y'all can come and do things crazy. I'm giving you guys a direct shot of what this appraisal report says. The market value as defined of the real property that is the subject of this report is $560,000 as of December 6, 2021, which is the date of inspection and the effective date of this appraisal. Guys, I am so blessed to tell you that I now officially own over $1 million worth of real estate in the state of Texas, guys. All right. So thank you so much for all of the support for all of these years. I really appreciate you guys always rocking with me, always leaving great comments. This is about helping us all get to the next level. And like I said, I do have more footage that I want to be able to show you guys over the coming weeks. So please stay tuned. Now that I've got the receipts out of the way, because y'all know I had to get my receipts in line. Now I'm actually going to tell you guys how I made my first $1 million in real estate, okay? So for any of you guys that want to cam up for tonight's broadcast, please make sure that you click the link in the comments below. I appreciate you so much, my brother Yasha Allah. I appreciate all of the encouragement. Please make sure that y'all share this on your social media platforms. Please make sure that you subscribe and smash that thumbs up button. Now, let's get into it. Tonight, I'm going to give you guys the 5 most important factors that helped me make my first $1 million in real estate. I know that there's a lot of you guys that are out there that are interested in investing, and I want to walk you through how I did it. Now, the first important factor that went into making my first $1 million is time. I bought my first property in Austin in 2014, and I bought my most recent property a few weeks ago here in a city I'm not going to disclose. I'm going to wait for y'all to check out that home tour, and y'all will see it all right there. And here's the thing about it, guys. A lot of you are living under the myth that you need to own 1 million properties to have $1 million worth of real estate. I just showed you guys 2 appraisal reports. That's coming off of 2 properties, which total over $1 million, $450,000 plus $560,000. When y'all add that up, that takes you over $1 million in real estate worth. Guys, I'm telling you, I always get on this platform and I tell you the significance of investing in real estate, stocks, cryptocurrency, making sure that you have a diverse portfolio. These are assets that we can leave behind to future generations. I have now rented out both units in my previous property, and I'm looking to put some work into the new place and then look into reselling. That's the reason why you guys notice a different background. Shout out to my sister Ariel. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Thank you, my sister. I appreciate you, my sister, for all of your love and your support and your sponsorship over the past year. I could not have done this without y'all support, okay? First and foremost, giving all praises to the Most High. And I'm just so thankful that the Most High has blessed y'all, blessed me by having y'all in my life. I am so thankful for y'all's support. Let's keep this thing going. So now, back to these points. The first important factor that you need on your side is time. And the reason why I'm saying time first is because it takes time for your assets to grow. Now, the average millionaire in America gets there well over 50 years old. And so I want you to realize that for the people that reach that threshold, they get there at a certain age because it takes a certain amount of time for what they were working on to develop into something real. You can't just put $1 into something today and think that you're going to be an overnight success. So when you go down the path of making your first million, you have to be dedicated to playing the long game. Guys, I know that a lot of you are watching thinking that you're going to get all of this technical stuff about how you can buy a property with no money down, the prime real estate locations to get in. I could give you guys all of the tactics, but without you understanding these fundamentals, there's no way that your investment portfolio is ever going to take off. If you're going to be successful in real estate, you have to understand how you're going to use time to your benefit. And if you decide to buy and hold properties like I did, you have to let time run its course. I bought my first real estate investment property back in 2014, and I was confident that Austin was going to take off. So I had to sit back and I had to wait for that property to go from the price that I paid on it, which was $230,000, all the way now in today's dollars, I could easily sell that property, guys, for over $500,000. You're already seeing what this housing market is looking like. You know that I'm not capping. Those of y'all that are already in the real estate game should know that if I have appraisals from back in March all the way at the beginning of 2021, if I wanted to sell that property 1 year later, how many of you guys think that that real estate property right in the heart of Austin has appreciated over the past 12 months? How many of you guys are willing to bet that the real estate market has soared from March 2021 all the way through March 2022? I'm trying to give you guys the game. Start to make investments and wait for your returns. Do not expect to become an overnight success. It takes work. No matter how much money you make right now, take the money that you have right now and invest to the best of your ability. And over time, guys, it will pay off. I want y'all to leave me some comments. We got a lot of folks on the broadcast tonight. Please make sure that y'all smash the like button. Please make sure that you cam up. I see my brother Yasha Allah is in the house with me. Can we give Yasha Allah a hand? Yo, this is so crazy, man, because the brother Yasha Allah, not only am I on a different background, but my brother Yasha Allah ain't in the truck. Shout out to Yasha Allah. Good to see you on, man. Good to see you on. How you feeling, my brother?
Shalom, big brother. Shalom. Yeah, my truck's in the shop. It's in the shop, so I get it out tomorrow.
Wow.
In that cold, I was in that cold weather. That's what happened. And a tube burnt up. They just got to replace it, replace it. So, but yeah.
So good to see you on.
When I got out, I got in the hotel, I hit the bed. That was it.
It's looking like a nice hotel, man. It's looking like you might be getting a little comfortable up in there.
Oh yeah, too comfortable. You know.
Absolutely. Good to see you on.
I missed you.
Oh man, missed you too, my brother. Yeah, I was just telling everybody on yesterday's broadcast, man, that I appreciate y'all's patience as I went through the process of moving. Man, I didn't know how to live my life in that week off, man, but I'm so happy to be back on. Thank you so much for joining tonight, my brother. I'm so happy to have you here for a part of this moment, and I want to thank you as always for your support. I'll tap in with you in just a second.
Okay, brother.
All right, now, so let me give a big shout out to my sister, LA for Life, man. This sister right here has been nothing but a blessing for me and our community. Y'all, everybody that's on, just take a moment to thank Sister LA for Life, because this sister definitely has helped to keep this show on the air. I always tell you guys, if y'all want to see this show online, please make sure that you sponsor it. Your donations go a very long way to keeping the show going. I love you, LA for Life. I'm so happy that we're in this thing together. Let's continue to push each other for greatness. Now, back to what I was saying. You need to have time on your side. I bought my first property for $230,000. When I bought my first property at $230K, my real estate agent told me that I was paying too much. I told him I was confident that this was going to take off one day, and did. So now, here we are, guys. Here we are. 7 years later, I bought that property back in July of 2014. Here we are about 7.5 years later, guys. And now I'm doing a broadcast online about how I got my first $1 million in real estate. And when I got the second property, I had already bought it at that 560 amount. So I'm only looking forward to shoot up from here. I'm not going to give away all the secrets here. I'm going to be putting a lot of insights into that brand new home video. I'm giving you guys a couple video clips from the new house. I've already had some of my family and friends come down and visit. It's been an amazing experience, guys. This place has incredible real estate resale value. I got my next property in a location that is already very affluent. And I am so happy to have gotten another property in the outskirts of Austin now. So I'm just trying to get Austin on lock, y'all. Okay. Some people made it big in real estate by buying up property in New York. Some people made it big by buying up homes in LA and Miami. Austin is going to be the place for me. I got my first place right in the heart of North Austin. And my next place I've got in the outskirts in a suburb. So Austin is now becoming so packed that a lot of professionals are moving out of California, and they're taking California dollars and they're buying properties in the outside suburbs. Y'all know a lot of people with money, they're not trying to always be in the hustle and bustle of city life. And so this property is almost 3 times the amount of what I paid on the first property. And that's the reason why I'm now sitting at over $1 million worth of real estate. I want you to understand, guys, it took time for my money to grow through real estate, through appreciation and rental income to invest in a new property. This is how I did it. I bought a property in 2014. I sat on it for a while. The market value appreciated over time. It's only going to get higher through inflation. If you guys have not checked out my last broadcast, I did a broadcast last year where I talked about hyperinflation is coming. And I pointed out in that broadcast how the only way that you're going to be able to hedge against inflation is by owning non duplicatable assets. I bought another real estate investment property to hedge against my inflation because they're not making another house just like this. Guys, just wait until you see this video, man. I'm going to be showing you guys this property. A lot of people thought that the builder of this home was building it for herself because of how nice it is. People never thought that she would have been giving this property away to somebody else. This is a brand new custom built home. This home is so new, I'm still having conversations with the builder day to day, just so that way she could do fine tuning on some of the installations. It's only going to appreciate. I'm going to be able to resell this property for higher than I got it, Lord willing. And I am so excited to have this a part of the generational wealth portfolio. I told you guys, you need to have day-to-day money and you need to have a generational wealth nest egg. This is not money that I plan on dipping into with my equity. A lot of people ask me, Uzziah, are you going to take the equity from your last property and put it into this? No. I didn't take any equity out of the last property. So on that last property, I'm not far removed from having that property paid off. That property right there is close to $500,000 in its worth. I could sell it for over $500K. But I only got $100K left on the loan. Not going to get into all of the specifics, just trying to give you guys all of the ins and outs on how I own my first $1 million worth of real estate. This is something for our entire community to benefit from. Now, shout out to my brother. Shout out to my brother, Ak Aman. He said, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you, man. It says, thank you for sharing your knowledge, Elder Uzziah. You endure, sacrifice, hard work, dedication, peace, and blessings. Man, I give all praise to the Most High. I can't take the credit, man. I'm not supposed to be here, my brother, but I do have a heart to serve my people. And I have been sincere about wanting our community to do better. And so, like I said to y'all, man, when I was growing up in Los Angeles, I used to always look at guys who came from where I came from on TV. I used to see those guys balling. I'd be like, man, why they never came back and showed us how to do it? Why is it that once they made it out of this environment, they went to a new environment and they never looked back? And as I got older, I started to understand a little bit about why that happens. But I always committed to myself that if I ever got a certain success, I would take somebody else along with me. So just know, y'all, all this game that y'all are getting, these are the steps that I have applied to get here. I'm not leaving no stones unturned. I'm giving y'all the steps. I can give you all the knowledge in the world. At the end of the day, it's up to you to apply it. So thank you so much, my brother, for your support. Y'all, if you're interested in giving back to this platform because you like what this represents, you like what this is about, please tap that dollar icon directly below the live chat box. Okay, your donations go a really long way. And for those of you guys that are donating through Cash App or PayPal right now, please make sure that you leave me a comment and let me know that you're doing it. That way I'll check my phone and I'll give you guys a shout out in real time. Okay. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And this really is so much bigger than me, man. I really wanted to pursue this goal in life so that way the world could have an example of a young Black man that wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth come from out of the mud and do this. And if I can do it, so can you. So now let's get back to how you can create your own generational wealth. The first thing that we talked about was time, okay? The time it took for the assets to grow in appreciation. There was also time that worked on my side because for every month that I've had my real estate property in Austin, I was getting a rental check. The compound effect of me getting those rental checks over the past 7 years positioned me to get my next place. So now, when we talk about that, guys, it's not just about the money. It's not just about the appreciation. It's also about the credit history. Because when you go to a lender and you say, hey, I want to own multiple properties, they need to see that you have a long track record of making on-time payments. Do y'all really think that they would have been handing out over $500,000 homes? Y'all really think that they would have just been giving it to some young black dude willy-nilly? I gotta put Yasha Allah on the screen because I don't know what wolf tickets people think we're selling. Do y'all really think that these lenders would have put that kind of money in my hand had I not shown a long-standing track record of making consistent payments? They're not giving away these homes, guys. And that's the reason why you got to let time work on your side, because when you're trying to get multiple rental properties, you got to be able to show lenders, hey, I got one property and I kept it in good condition. I paid on a mortgage. I paid on the property taxes. My credit is A1. Now I'm in a position to move on to step 2. If you try to do it all instantly, that's going to be very hard unless you're making cash offers. So the formula that I'm giving to you guys, it is one that is easily duplicatable. It is not one where you have to already be a billionaire to make $1 million in real estate. All you got to be willing to do is get started and let time run its course. Yashala, can you just tell the people real quick that they're not giving out, $1 million worth of real estate to anybody?
No, they're not. They're not even going to do it if you got $5,000. If you ain't paying on time, you just out of luck. SOL. That's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand that whatsoever. They don't get it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
At all. And the funny thing is that when you say learn your business and sit back, like the credit business, like I said before, I tell the customer, you got to make payments.
Right.
If you're late, call them. Don't sit there and don't say nothing.
Correct.
You got to make your payments on time, one little step at a time. You know what I mean? And they get it. I mean, you have to learn. If you don't.
And that's the reason why I always tell people, make sure that you give yourself a 1-year head start to fix your credit from the time that you're planning on working with a lender. You might not need that long, but it's just good practice, guys. I'm giving you guys all of the steps. Okay, guys, before I got my next place, I was aggressively paying off my last place. I wanted to show the lenders, hey, not only can I afford the next place, I'm going to pay my last mortgage and then some just to show and prove that I can afford to put more towards housing expenses. There is a lot of prep work that goes into you getting on these levels, guys. But what I'm sharing with you is an easily duplicatable formula. Okay, just give it time. We've talked enough about time. Let's move on to the second important factor on how I made my first million. I made my first million in real estate through budgeting my money. And see, the problem is a lot of you guys don't see the value behind budgeting. But let me tell you something. In order for me to buy this property, I had to put down a 10% down payment. How are you going to make a 10% down payment on anything if you don't have money set aside? Guys, I'm telling you, when you start to getting into what they call executive homes, that's what this property is that I just bought. You're not able to just, go in there, no money down, bad credit. Oh, yeah, we're just going to give you a top of the line home. It doesn't work that way. If you're going to get a top of the line home in a great community, you need to have enough cash as well as strong enough credit in order to make a lender say, okay, well, you know what? There's no reason why we shouldn't give this person a home. We already see that they're holding on to one property now. After we review their numbers, they can take on another one. This is the reason you have to have a budget. Because for those of you guys that have invested in real estate in times past and you've gone through a traditional lender, you know one of the first things that they're going to ask is send us the bank statements for the last 2 months. Now, when they open up those bank statements and they see that you're living paycheck to paycheck, do you really think that they're going to give you a high-end loan? Do you really think that they're going to give you enough leverage so that way you can own over $1 million in real estate? The answer is no. So what I'm saying, guys, is see, a lot of y'all want all the deep stuff, but this is as deep as it gets. Budget your money on a consistent basis. Show the lenders that you're the type of person that has enough disposable income to where you could take on another $1,000 or $2,000 bill. Show them that you not only have a checking account, a savings account, an investing account, but you also have a house fund. When I was working with these lenders, guys, they weren't just looking at my crypto and investment retirement accounts. They were also looking at the money that I had set aside in its own personal account for a down payment. And when you have this kind of structure, you will show yourself trustworthy. See, I'm not worried about what some hater got to say about how I'm managing my money. I'm going through the folks with real money, and they're the ones that's issuing out the loans. So it's not about, guys, what anybody else thinks. It's about what you think about yourself and the goals that you want to set out to accomplish. You got to budget your money, because if you're going to make a solid down payment, you need to be able to spend below your means, okay? And not only is the down payment important, you also have to show the banks that you have enough money to have cash to close. I'm going to talk about this some more over the next few months. I know a lot of you guys on the last broadcast, y'all talked about how you have a goal in 2022 for you starting to invest in real estate. Just play this video as many times as it takes. I'm giving you guys all the steps on tonight's broadcast. Take some time, rock with me. I'm just mapping it out. And shout out to my brother, Roe, the chef, man. My brother from another mother. Brother said, they pray and pray on my downfall, but every time I hit the ground, I bounce up like round ball. Millie Sieg, we win in the end. You mad? You mad? You mad? Listen, y'all, it's a joyous occasion, man. I'm going to put the link up, man. I'm going to put the link up for my brother, Roy the Chef. And I don't know if you saw this in the very beginning, Roy the Chef, but before I ever got into any of the steps, I showed the receipts. I showed the appraisals. So just know I got the full appraisal reports on deck. I got it all here mapped out, baby. So thank y'all so much for the support. Now, Sister Pecloria, who's also investing in real estate, says, so true, you must have excellent credit to show you are responsible to pay off a bigger loan. You got to do it, guys. They're not giving $1 million away. They're not giving away $1 million in real estate. Do y'all know how many side eyes I got from people from different communities that looked at my young black behind coming into this household? They was like, yo, who are you? What are you doing over here? How do you even know that this subdivision exists? Guys, I'm telling you step by step how you can change your life forever. I'm showing you guys how you can take the Most High's word and put it into what you do and how you can be successful in this life and the next. That's what this broadcast is all about. I've been trying to show y'all, okay? This is all a part of kingdom living because the Bible says a good man will leave an inheritance to his children's children. My wife right now, we moved in her third trimester. Okay, she's getting close to 7 months pregnant. And one of the things that I always told her is that last property that we just moved out of, little Uzziah is going to manage that. I'm going to get my hands off of that. I'm going to be having my son, Lord's will, be in contact with the tenants, be in contact with the vendors. I'm not going to wait for my son to become an adult to learn about real estate. He's going to know about real estate by already having his real estate property to manage. This is not about money. This is about you creating opportunities for your family so that you can leave this world better than it was when you first started. All of us grew up in certain backgrounds where we said to ourselves, if we ever had kids one day, we would want them to have a better shot at life. And this is one of the ways that you do it. A lot of y'all be taking y'all kids into these school systems, and then they go off to college and they try to compete with people coming from other backgrounds who has already paved the way. They already got family members that own real estate, already got family members that are investment bankers. So we got to start this off, y'all, okay? Let's take this thing seriously. It's not just about chasing the bag. It's about us being the ones to shift the culture one person at a time. And if that's what you're about, make sure you subscribe to this channel because that's what we talk about 6 days a week on this broadcast. For those of y'all that want to cam up, make sure that y'all click that link. Make sure that you do so. For those of y'all that are enjoying this broadcast, please make sure that you show love, give a sponsorship. All you got to do is tap the dollar icon directly below the live chat box. Even if you're watching this after the live stream is over, you can still donate because the links to donate are in the description below. Let's get back to the topic. We talked about the importance of time. You have to take the time to get assets and watch them appreciate over time. Secondly, you have to budget your money because when the lenders look at your financial history, they want to know about how you've created disposable income for yourself. Listen, I'm giving y'all the lingo so y'all know I do this in real life. Sister Pecloria, I know you with me. One of the big things that they talk about whenever you're trying to get money from a lender is your debt to income ratio. This is the reason why you budgeting is so important, because if you want to get a property that can create generational wealth, chances are you're going to have to budget your money to set aside enough disposable income every single month to start lowering your debts. I told you guys, I started this thing off $100,000 in the red. When I graduated from Baylor University, a newborn baby that never worked a day in his life was $100,000 wealthier than I was. But when I paid off my $100,000 of student loans 2 years after graduating from college, that was the best decision I could ever make to put myself in a position to win. A lot of you guys are not positioning yourselves because you're not budgeting your money. Budget your money. I keep telling you guys, mint.com. I use You Need a Budget. Set up some free budgeting software that will download your transactions from month to month and tell you where your money is going. I also use Truebill. And by you using the software, it's going to help you manage your money that much easier. I'm telling y'all, God is my witness. I'm sitting down in the closing office last Thursday. In this closing office, I have my agent, right? This is on the 29th. It's actually on a Wednesday. I'm just making sure, we good and we tight. I'm sitting down with the real estate agent and she's like, oh my God, You've made wise decisions with your money over these years. For you to be so young and to be able to make these kinds of moves, God has blessed your hand. And so, I never feel that the Most High gives anything just for any one person's benefit. I'm a firm believer that if the Most High gives you something, then that's something that needs to be shared with others. And that's the reason why I'm taking this time tonight to share with you guys these steps on how I did it. We talked about budgeting your money. The third thing that you need to have starting today, you've got to develop a phenomenal team. Guys, I got to give a big shout out to my team that was on board for this, man, because without having that team, there's no way that I could have ever gotten to this point this fast. Remember what I said to you guys before, okay? The average millionaire is 50 plus, and I'm talking about those that's really getting to it. So many people will never achieve that milestone in their lives. But what I'm telling you guys is to cut the learning curve in such a short amount of time, you have to have a phenomenal team because success is a team sport. When you look at all of these communities, you see that they operate in teams. We operate as a tribe. And when it comes to me owning over $1 million worth of real estate, it's not just me that's doing all the work, okay? Ariel is playing her position in supporting the household. Y'all see her working behind the scenes for this broadcast all the time. Man, my real estate team was phenomenal, guys. Listen, my real estate team, which consisted of my real estate agent as well as the lender, they provided me with the best options possible to find a lucrative property. They were scoping out spots I didn't even know was in Texas. And this is the reason why I always tell you guys to build up your team if you want to get success. My real estate team provided me with high ROI properties, and I also access their incredible network. Guys, that saying is true. Your network is your net worth. I'm speaking with people. I'm talking about folks that's in their 60s, right? Because that's typically where you're going to find people having more money. I'm not only coming to the table with my network, I'm able to leverage their network so that way they can also win on the deal. So I'm working with lenders that I would have never known about had it not been for their network. I'm able to find high value properties that I would have never been able to find without their help. You got to have a team, okay? And guess what? I definitely want to give a big shout out to my lovely assistant, my sister Avia, because my sister Avia, y'all, she definitely did a great job with helping to make this transition as smooth as possible. Y'all saw I was moving all last week. My wife is in her third trimester. Sis Avia did an excellent job with helping to make sure that we had everything packed up, to make sure that we were safe and sound. Guys, this has been a phenomenal team effort. And one of the reasons why a team is needed for you to get to that kind of money is because the more money you make, the more that your processes need to be scalable. You may be able to get to 5 figures on your own. You may be able to get to 6 figures on your own. But when you start talking about 7 figures and beyond, you're only going to get there by having systems and processes in place. The reason I say that is because in any area, for you to make big numbers, there has to be some kind of work being done without you working. If somebody is working at McDonald's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they're not going to get to $1 million overnight, because it's not about you making your every dollar through your own hard work. It's about you leveraging the efforts of other people. So make sure that you have a team. Make sure that you have somebody to support you in finding properties, Make sure that you have somebody who can crunch the numbers with you, that's willing to compare the market value across different areas. Make sure that you have your team squared away before you get started, because that will make the process that much easier. And here's another thing that I think a lot of people don't talk about. Not only was my team effective on the technical side of things, my team was also incredible when it came to the mental support. Guys, let me tell y'all something. The first million is the hardest. There were times I wanted to give up on this process. There were times I didn't think that this was going to happen. I thought it might have fell through. I was ready to walk away from this at a point. But I had a team surrounding me that said, keep going. I'm going to step in. And I got the support from the team when I needed it. You cannot do it all yourself. Yes, they do say that the majority of the millionaires in America today are self-made. However, among those self-made men, they have assistants, they have accountants, they have lawyers, they have an entire cabinet full of people working for them. So make sure that you get that in your arsenal. The fourth thing that you need to have in order to make your first million in real estate is massive discipline. This is how I was able to get there, guys, and I'm 34 years old. Now, see, I can't tell you what this process would look like for somebody that's in their 40s, their 50s, or their 60s, because they have more time working in their favor. But as somebody that bought their first real estate investment property by 25, what I can tell you is that if you're looking to get to the money while you're young enough to enjoy it, you've got to have a lot of discipline. You've got to be willing to make sacrifices in order to see your dream realized. And guys, let me tell y'all one of the things that really separated my path from everyone else. When everybody else was getting out of college and having a lot of student loans, I was getting out of college and paying off my student loans as quickly as possible. When everybody was getting out of college and looking to be able to buy a home right out the gate, I said, nah, wait a minute. Instead of me buying a home as soon as I get a job, I'm going to take these next few years and live in a low income area and take as much money as possible and put it towards Sally Mae. This is how I paid off over $95,000 in student loans 2 years after graduating from college. So we talk about companies like NailNet, the Department of Education, Great Lakes. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I had 7 to 8 different lenders through different student loans after I graduated from college, guys. The amount of money that I owed every month on monthly minimum payments towards my student loans was higher than the cost of my rent. And every month I paid that off. I didn't go out. I lived off of peanut butter sandwiches for 2 years to now be in a position where by age 34, I got over $1 million in real estate. And I'm willing to tell you guys, it was well worth the effort. It was well worth the sacrifices. A lot of y'all will say, oh man, that couldn't be me. I couldn't rough it like that. YOLO, y'all. But guess what? In the grand scheme of things, Yashala will tell you the things that you do in your 20s, that's a drop in the bucket compared to the rest of your life. Tell them, Yashala. People be tripping off of, oh man, I got to live it now when I'm 20. If you put yourself in a position to win in your 20s, you can win in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and beyond.
And that's true. And you're not winning in your 20s. You're not. You're playing. Because it doesn't make sense. If you make the money, it still doesn't make sense. Because you're too young. You want to buy the car, the fancy clothes, the fancy sneakers. You want to chase the girls. You want to go on trips. And before you know it, you're dead broke.
There you go. There you go. Hey, if y'all wouldn't hear it from me, Hear it from our brother that has much wisdom and experience. Thank you once again, my brother. I'm gonna cue you back in just a second. So, Think Sublime asked, "Are you a real estate agent?" No, I'm not. I'm a real estate investor. I work with real estate agents to get me the properties that I look to invest in. I have no real estate license. However, I work and assemble a team of people that can go out and vet the right properties for me. And I make sure that I have the money set aside in order to get it. And that is how I own my first $1 million in real estate. For those of y'all that are just getting on, please make sure that you smash that like button, guys. Okay, let's make sure that we smash that like button and make sure that you subscribe and turn on the notification bell if this is your first time watching. You know, for those that have been around for a bit last year, they'll tell you guys I do shows like this almost every night. I've been giving out all this $1 million game for over the past year, and a lot of people been sleeping on it. But guess what? In 2022, we're taking things to the next level. Sis Pacloria said, yes, yes, debt to income ratio is very, very important. We paid off our mortgage 6 months in advance, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. That's amazing. That's amazing. Amazing. Paid off the car loan and all credit cards before applying for a loan. See, this is that prep work that I'm always telling you guys about. Y'all want the results now, but you got to do the preparation necessary to get to the results. So now let's keep moving forward, Joel. Let's keep make sure that we're donating as well. Let me check to see when was the last sponsorship. Okay, the last sponsorship was from Roy the Chef at 8:55. Guys, it's been almost about 20 minutes since the last sponsorship. So please, let's keep this thing going. Tap the dollar icon directly below the live chat box, or you can Cash App or PayPal your donation. The information is on the screen. The links are in the description below. Now, let's talk a little bit about this discipline part, guys. If I would have never paid off my student loans as early as I did, I would not be in the position that I'm in today. I paid off my student loans. I lived well below my means. And when I bought my first real estate investment property, I spent the past 7 years in that property living below my means, allowing the tenant to pay down the mortgage so I could put myself in position to get to the $1 million mark. You got to think ahead. Guys, y'all's problem is you want life to be so great right now. Be willing to sacrifice today in order to live a better tomorrow. Guys, I'm 34 years old, man. I still got this life ahead of me, Lord willing. So I'm making sacrifices, but I'm making sacrifice in the short term so that way I can win over a extended period of time. And I guess what? If you're constantly maxing out on your debts, if you're constantly spending beyond your means, you will never have enough cash to invest. You're never going to have enough money to level up. I got here by my sacrifices. I got here through the blessings and the anointing of God, because no one can curse who God has blessed. Let's give the Most High a shout out real quick on that. No man can curse who God has blessed. So if the Most High wanted me to be here, I'm going to be here, y'all. And guess what? I believe that the Most High blesses me with being here because he knows I'm going to come back and give it to you. I could have taken a vacation. I could have took more time away from these broadcasts, but I'm here because I love you guys and I want you guys to do it too. I've helped people pay off hundreds of thousands of student loans, Antonio Oliver. I've helped multiple clients get $10,000 raises at their 9-to-5 jobs. But now I'm moving on to the next step, where I'm now trying to make the next millionaire, guys. I'm now looking for who's going to be next on the list of quality clients that I've worked with that says, Uzziah, I watched this video, and in a few years, I own over $1 million worth of real estate. If I could do it, guys, so can you. And you know the reason why I'm so confident about that is because this journey has been wrought with mistakes. There's so many times, throughout my 20s where if I could do it all over again, I would change so many things. I could have actually gotten to this faster, guys. I could have gotten it faster had I made slightly different investments. I could have gotten to this faster had I set up additional income streams. I could have gotten to this faster if I would have changed my circle and my environment. But I'm still here and it's better late than never, y'all. So, the last and fifth and final thing that I want to share with you guys on this broadcast is that I got to owning over $1 million in real estate by having relentless persistence in the market. Now, I'm telling you guys, for all of you that want the technical jargon, I made my $1 million in real estate by using traditional loans in prime real estate markets. I ended up buying multiple properties through a conventional fixed rate loan, and I ended up getting property in extremely prime locations. I have properties in some of the best places to live in the United States. I didn't go the route of buying up a lot of places in the hood and flipping them. I went to where the markets were already growing, and I tried to put money in before the market got any higher. And so that was my claim to fame, guys. And I'm going to be coming out with more content showing you how to do it the way that I did it. Guys, I can't tell you about how to do it as a flip. I can't tell you how to do it through any other way beyond how I know how to do it. I'm giving you guys my personal blueprint. And if you guys want to get there, all you got to do is copy everything that I said on this broadcast for free. When I started vetting these prime real estate markets, I would look at the market almost every single day. Almost every single day. Every day I'm working, I'm looking at the market in Austin. I'm looking how the housing market has fluctuated over the past year. And the reason why I'm so passionate about looking at the numbers is because the numbers gives me the insights to negotiate with lenders and the agents. When I'm dealing with people, see, this goes back to something that my brother Roy, the chef, said a little bit earlier when he gave that bar about they pray and pray on my downfall. I got another bar for y'all that comes from Jay. Jay said, "You can't sell me bull. We know the prices." I made it my goal to know the prices of these real estate markets so that when I was ready to buy a property, because my win was determined by when was the right time in the market, I knew the exact price. I knew what was a deal and what wasn't. I knew which areas could give me the highest ROIs. I studied the market relentlessly, guys. Okay. If you want to make your first million in real estate, you have to do the same thing. You got to understand, if I could have done it during this time frame, it might be easier for you. Why do I say that? Every time I entered the real estate market, it was extremely competitive. When I entered the real estate market in 2014, trying to get a multi-family investment property in North Austin, the market was extremely competitive. I got that property through a bidding war. I don't even have to tell y'all how competitive this past year's housing market was. Everybody knows that. This has made front page news. This market has been one of the most competitive real estate markets in the history of the world. And even despite how competitive this market has been, The Most High still made a way for me, for little old me, guys. The Most High still opened doors for me amidst this market. And I'm telling y'all, a lot of people with money came into this market. I was competing with a lot of people who are putting up over $100,000 beyond the asking prices just to be able to get an investment property. And so, guys, the only way that you can break through that barrier is by being relentless. The only way that you can get through that is by being willing to suffer rejections, being told no, having to go through multiple lenders, having to make multiple offers on different properties. You've got to be in it to win it, guys. There's a reason I tell you guys at the end of every broadcast, keep pushing, because you got to keep pressing forward if you want to win. See, the honest truth about why most people do not own as much real estate investments is because a lot of people have been taught that the process of buying property is easy. That's a myth. See, society tells you guys about the American dream and having the shiny house with the white picket fence. They make it look glamorous. But that home buying process is a full-time job. When you are under contract, you have to move fast. You have to be very organized, and everything better look picture perfect. So, guys, I want you to understand the first million is the hardest. Keep pushing until you get there. And guess what? Not everybody wants to make their $1 million. Some of you guys, it might just be six figures. That's fine. Have something to your name. Start to create ownership, because whatever it is that you do to press forward in this life, you are making life one step better for the generation to come. That's all we ask, y'all. And by y'all coming on this channel night after night, I see y'all are dedicated to doing that. And that's the reason why I had no problem giving y'all this game. So those are the 5 steps. That is exactly how I made my first $1 million in real estate. Thank y'all so much. Listen, are we going to get any more sponsorships before we bring this thing to a close? Yashala, what did you think about tonight's broadcast, sir?
Good class, good class. And you're right. You got to be disciplined. You got to get your credit game up. That's just the way it is. And,
yes, sir.
And like you said, too, and it's not, I hate you and I love you. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing things you told me to do, and it's working. It's weird. I didn't never expect it. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again. Say that again. The people got to hear that. Say that again.
I never expected. I'm doing the things you told me to do that I never expected. You got to find your niche, because I'm in a group, and in the group, they hate me and they love me, because I just tell them raw about trucking. I don't cut no corners. You're lying, you're cheating, you're robbing.
Right.
When I'm nice, nobody say anything. When I go like that, everybody DM me about getting their credit right, or the price is too high, or somebody trying to sell a truck. Why gotta be rude to get customers? That's crazy. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But I found my niche, and you're right. I gotta get a web page. I had to say I don't want to do it, but I'm getting too many calls about it now. I was like, I didn't want to do it, but like I wasn't expecting to do it.
Yes, sir.
But you're right. You know what I mean? You gotta get your credit game up. You gotta be disciplined. If you ain't doing that, it's not gonna work. It's just not. You know what I mean?
Brother Yashala, I'm happy that you're a believer, that the steps do work. Thank you for getting started. And guess what? Don't forget, you've got that 1 hour consultation with me for free. So during that 1 hour consultation, I can literally walk you through the step-by-step process so you can get all that set up with your website and so on. I want to help lighten your load, my brother. So just feel free to reach out at any time, man, whether you want to send me a DM about that or you want to send me an email, feel free, and I'd be more than happy to work with you.
Okay, no problem, big brother. No problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you've been missed. Trust me.
Oh,
I'll wake up sometimes. Mr. Class. Mr. Class. Oh, I forgot the week off. Mr. Class, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know,
sir. I'm getting back in action, man. I've been having all kind of contractors come by the property, man. I'm still putting a lot into the property, again, just trying to build the value up. But
mm,
yes, I'm happy to be back on. And man, I've been missing you too, man. I've been missing everybody, Sister Gloria, LA for life, man, Aka Monroy, the chef, everybody that just tunes on, man. Sis Ariel, all of y'all that rock with me, Rodney Lawrence, Juice. I got to look for Akita Monet, y'all. I don't know where Akita Monet done went this past week. My brother Rick is on, man. Shout out to all of y'all. My brother Yashala, you got anything else before we bring this to a close?
yes. Do a video when you're doing your stuff like the house, day by day, or when you can, 15, 5, 10 minutes of it. Give us little insight. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I wish, looking back at it, and I'm gonna put it out there. I give it all away, Yashala. I give it all away. I sincerely wish that I would have had a camera on as I was going through the process of getting under contract for this property, because as much as people will celebrate the success of things and everybody's going to be happy to see that house tour that I'm going to give on an upcoming video, Lord willing, a lot of people don't see the difficulty that goes into getting these kinds of properties and how hard it can be sometimes when you're trying to get your foot in the door. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all my word. Just remind me, Lord willing, the next property, if the Lord allows me to get another property, I'm going to have a camera on from the time I start the process, and I'm going to document the day-by-day steps on what it's like so you can see the good, bad, and the ugly. I'm giving y'all a lot of game tonight, but I need to show y'all what it's like as you go through that process with the lenders. Thank you so much, my brother Yasha. Always a pleasure to see you on. Much love, my brother. And I pray that you have a great night's rest in that lovely hotel.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Anytime. All right, y'all. So listen, man, incredible show as always. Thank y'all for tuning in. Did y'all get some value out of tonight's broadcast? Listen, man, if y'all got some value out of tonight's broadcast, please give back. Your donations is what helps to keep the show going. Listen, guys, I keep telling y'all, I'm a real estate investor, a best-selling author, a church leader. I got a lot of things going on, guys, but I'm committed to being on these shows night after night. So please, in exchange for all of the value and time that you're getting, please donate to keep the channel going. I'm trying my hardest in spite of my commitments to stay on here, guys, night after night, but I cannot do it without your support. So thank y'all so much for the love. I need y'all to get serious about leveling up in 2022. I know that you're already on that path. Shout out to Preach 811. Thank you so much, fam. Thank you so much for that $2 sponsorship. Really appreciate you. Eastgate 613 said you got to cop that book. Yes, if you want the free book, I will definitely give out the details on that. Okay. I'm looking for my team to give me some feedback on that. I got some real specific feedback from my team on the things that we need the people to focus on in 2022. So with that being said, y'all, for those of y'all that are looking to make 2022 your best year yet, you need to join your breakthrough year. A lot of y'all are out here playing around. If you want to make 2022 an incredible year for your results, I need you guys to get in your breakthrough year, okay? Now, for Eastgate 613, my team said, since you asked for it, I'm going to put out the link to the book. But right now, the wave is about your breakthrough year, okay? For all of you guys that are trying to really level up over the next 12 months, you need to get into this program because this is my exclusive 12-month coaching program where I show you how to master your time, your money, and your energy. I'm showing you guys over the next 12 months how to have your most productive year yet. See, the reason why this program is so important is because I'm giving you guys a step-by-step walkthrough on what you should be thinking about from 1 month to the next. If you guys soak up a lot of value from these free shows, trust me when I tell you that content is at the next level. People have gone through the breakthrough year and they've gotten promotions at their jobs. They've gotten 5-figure salary increases. I've had people that have started their own businesses off of that program. If you guys are looking to make the next 12 months incredible, you got to do yourself right by getting in there, man. And to make it easy for y'all, I'm giving you a free 14-day trial to get started. So you can get into the program for free right now for the next 14 days. And if you decide that you want to stay on board, you can do so. You're already going to have access to my first month's videos by getting on. And if you decide that you want to stay around, stay around. If you guys want to hop out after those 14 days, then feel free. The link is there. You can check it out on your own. Now, for Eastgate that wants to check out the book, I'm going to put the link here, okay? Shout out to the team. Shout out to the team. For those of y'all that are looking to get my free book, this book tells you how I paid off $95,000 in student loans 2 years after graduating from college. A lot of you guys know I'm a Baylor University alum. Shout out to the Baylor Bears. Them Baylor Bears, man. They done won a national championship in NCAA basketball and then won the Sugar Bowl. And now that Baylor is on the map as a proud graduate, graduating with a degree in IT, I told the world how I paid off my $95,000 in student loans and how I retired from corporate America at age 26 to be a real estate investor, best-selling author, and entrepreneur. Okay, so make sure that y'all check this out. All you got to do is click the link and put in your information. Tell me where you want me to ship the book. Take care of the shipping and handling. And then once y'all do that, the book is on y'all's way within the week, guys. Okay, this has been a phenomenal show. I want to thank y'all as always for all the support. Listen, guys, if y'all are not in breakthrough year right now, you are missing out. Do not put this off, okay? Make a point of doing this right now. Listen, y'all, time flies. Am I the only one that felt like 2021 moved by fast? Time is flying, y'all. So make sure that you are in this program as early as possible so that way you can plan your year out from the next 12 months from start to finish. If you're not in it, you're going to regret it. I'm just warning you on that now, okay? So real quick, y'all, I want to give a shout out to all of the sponsors. Thank you to my brother Preach 811 for that $3 sponsorship. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. Happy to see you on this broadcast, King. Also want to give a shout out to my brother, Roy the Chef. Make sure that y'all check him out on SoundCloud, y'all. Roy the Chef. Everybody Dies. Make sure that y'all check that out, man. The brother has some amazing content. Great music for your entertainment as well as your edification. Make sure that you check that out and show the brother some love. Definitely want to give a shout out to my brother, Akaman. I want to thank you for seeing the vision, King. I sincerely believe that you see the vision behind what we're doing over here. And I love you for that, my brother. Okay. I appreciate you for seeing the vision on where we're trying to shift the culture. We're not just trying to talk about it. We're trying to be about it. And we're trying to show our people how they can thrive. Okay. This is what building the kingdom is all about. Also, I want to give a shout out to one of the top sponsors of this broadcast, one of my day ones, Sister Ariel. Shout out to Sister Ariel. Incredible support. Thank you so much for the love. Y'all know I can't forget about my sister Pecloria from the house of Mike Sapp. Thank you so much, my sister, my fellow real estate investor. Thank you so much for all the support. And of course, y'all know I got to put the brother Yasha Allah back on the screen to give a shout out to his $25 sponsorship. One of the top sponsors, man. This brother don't miss a beat. I'm telling y'all right now, we couldn't have a show without this brother, man. I give all praise to the Most High for this brother's spirit. Thank you for your energy, King. Thank you for helping to keep this show on air. And now, the moment that y'all been waiting for. the official sponsor of this broadcast. Listen, y'all, if there's been anybody else who has donated on this broadcast through like Cash App or PayPal, leave me a comment and let me know so that way I can check the phone and give you a shout out. Even if you're not on the live stream and you're watching this, okay, make sure that you still donate. The links are in the description below. I now want to give a shout out to the official sponsor for tonight's broadcast, my sister, the one, the only, LA for life, y'all. LA for life, LA for life. Thank you so much. Man, I appreciate y'all so much, man. Thank you so much for being such an incredible blessing to me along this journey. Listen, man, we still got a lot of ground to cover, y'all. We just getting started. Do y'all hear me? We just getting started. This ain't about me. It's about y'all. And now I'm here to show y'all how to level up over these next 12 months. So listen, guys, make sure that you join your breakthrough year. Make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure that you subscribe and turn on the notification bell for this YouTube channel so that you can receive an alert anytime we do another broadcast. I love y'all. I pray that y'all got a lot of great content from tonight's broadcast. Leave me a comment and let me know what things you want me to talk about in some of the upcoming shows. I look at all of the comments and I will strive to put out as much content as I can. All right, stay focused. Let's continue to stay prayed up. Keep working hard, guys. And until next episode, keep pushing.